Hey Fortune Girls, I'm Damone Roberts. I want to welcome you to Damone Roberts, New York, the home of beautiful brows. Hope you enjoy our tips on beauty.
Hi, we're here with Damone Roberts, the Eyebrow King, and also with Madison Ruiz, the 12-year-old creator of Fortune Girls. And Damone, I first want to ask you, Fortune Girls is all about inspiring girls and encouraging them to think about what they want to be when they grow up. And what is it exactly that you wanted to be when you were younger, when you grew up?
When I was younger, I knew I wanted to be an artist. I didn't know exactly how it was going to come to fruition, but I think it's kind of cool that it ended up being eyebrows. Yeah, I studied visual arts in college, and I knew that I was always fascinated by beauty and the world of glamour, and that whole atmosphere just kind of really drew me in. But I also found that eyebrows are the most important feature on the face, so I kind of honed in on that and took it to a level that worked for me and all my girls.
And how old do you think girls should be when they first do get their eyebrows done?
I think realistically, I think 12 is a great age to start because, you're a young woman, you're out there and you want to do something, but you don't want it to be too extreme. So I think if you do your eyebrows and subtly, get rid of the unibrow, give them a nice, full, natural shape, I think it makes a huge difference. So I think 12 is a great age to start doing your eyebrows.
And who are some people who inspired you when you were up and coming?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I, again, was always inspired by the glamorous women, so of course you can't mention that without mentioning Diana Ross. And these days it's like the Beyoncés and the Mandy Moores and whatnot, who are all clients, by the way, as well. So it's great because the ones that inspired me as a kid are now actually my friends and my clients.
And who are some people that you have worked with?
Gosh, I've worked with Madonna, I worked with Beyonce, I worked with Mandy Moore, Paula Abdul, Keisha Cole, Brandy. I have to look on the walls. I've been so blessed. I really have. So I've had the pleasure of working with pretty much every woman you see out there that has really beautifully nice groomed eyebrows. I can pretty much guarantee you they've been through our salon in New York or Beverly Hills.
Oh, very nice. When you talk to people and you meet with people, throughout the day, do you catch yourself constantly critiquing people and their eyebrow shape?
That's a good question. You can't help it. It's just my world. So yes, I'm at the restaurant ordering my dinner and I'm looking at the waitress and I'm thinking, gosh, she's a really pretty girl, but if only I can get her eyebrow to go in a little bit closer there and, a little bit shaped there. It's what we do. So yes, I do that. I try to stop myself. I get told that I'm a little too critical in that regard in a lot of ways, so I'm really trying to work on that.
And just someone like me, for example, so that the camera could see, what would you say about like my eyebrows and what's wrong with them or what's good about them or what needs to be changed?
Our whole company philosophy is that every woman's beautiful in their own way. Every young girl's beautiful in their own way. I get a lot of times women bring in pictures of someone, say Britney Spears, for example, and say, I want to look just like this. Our whole philosophy is that, she's a beautiful woman, but you're a beautiful woman as well. So let's show you how to bring out the best version of yourself. And with that being said, I think that starts with a good eyebrow because, again, a lot of the tween set, they don't really wear a lot of makeup at this point, but they want to do something to make themselves feel like they're young women, which they are. So I think eyebrows are a great way to get started. Maybe a little bit of lip gloss. I think that you, again, a beautiful woman, I think that your eyebrows can be a little thicker. And that's not anything. What I find is that the thinner the eyebrow, the more sinister and more stern a person can look. A little fuller, they look a little softer or prettier. I use the analogy of the fairy tales. Snow White has full eyebrows and the witch has thin eyebrows. Cinderella has full eyebrows, the stepsisters have thin eyebrows. They do that for a reason because thin eyebrows can definitely make a person look a lot more stern and evil. Fuller, softer, and prettier.
Last question. What would be the best inspiration or advice that you can give to our Fortune Girls?
I have a quote that I live by, and it's a really simple quote, but it means so much to me, and it says quite simply, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So what that means to me is that you create your own future. You make it a reality. If you want to do it, you can dream it, you can make it happen. So that's the advice I would give everyone at Fortune Girls. Just create your own future.
Well, thank you so much, Damone. You've been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.